Elizabeth encounters an unwanted face from her past in the next, When Calls the Heart. In the upcoming episode of When Calls the Heart, Elizabeth is faced with a difficult encounter from her past, with Nathan by her side for support. Meanwhile, Rosemary assists Lee in adjusting to his new role, and Lucas struggles to find investors for his resort project. The episode also features Joseph's attempt to respond to a letter from his estranged brother and a birthday celebration in Hope Valley. With Nathan's support and encouragement, Elizabeth is able to navigate a difficult situation. Hearties, we've reached the halfway mark for Season 11. 6 more episodes before the Season 11 finale of our favorite Hallmark Channel show, When Calls the Heart. Let's see what this week's episode has in store for us. What was last week's episode of When Calls the Heart about? In Stronger Together, last week's episode of When Calls the Heart, Mike and Lee clashed with Maisie Hickam, the mayor of Benson Hills. Lucas looked to Henry for help when negotiations stall between the two towns. Reluctant, Gowen ultimately comes up with a solution and joins Lucas' team. Anna returns to Hope Valley as a pro tem, training under her former teacher. Elizabeth clears the air with both Lucas and Nathan, with Lucas telling her that if she has a chance at love again, then she should take it. The awkwardness continues for Nathan and Elizabeth, and by episode's end it's Elizabeth who takes the first step forward into their possible romance. What is this week's episode of When Calls the Heart about? In Believe, this week's episode of When Calls the Heart, Elizabeth confronts Thomas Higgins, an imposing figure from her past, with Nathan's support. Rosemary helps Lee navigate his new role as co-mayor, while Lucas struggles to find bidders for his resort project. Someone in Hope Valley celebrates a birthday, and Joseph attempts to pen a response to his estranged brother letter. Many of you may recall, back in Season 4 of When Calls the Heart, Elizabeth had to fight to get back her teaching job after Higgins claimed she used her family's influence to get the job. In reality, she had spurned his advances, and this was his way of seeking revenge. Elizabeth later found another woman that Higgins had tried to sexually harass. Has Higgins turned a new leaf, or is he still up to his old ways? How can I watch When Calls the Heart? New episodes of When Calls the Heart premiere exclusively on Hallmark Channel in the US. Previous and current episodes can be streamed on Hallmark Movies Now, Hallmark's subscription-based streaming service. You can also purchase or rent previous episodes/seasons on Amazon Prime, Apple TV, and other similar streaming services. Previous seasons are also available to purchase on DVD. Does Parade have a sneak peek of this week's episode of When Calls the Heart? We certainly do. In this Parade exclusive sneak peek from the Believe, Rosemary has some ideas for Lee. Believe premieres on Sunday, May 12th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Hallmark Channel and are available to stream the next day on Hallmark Movies Now. Take a look at some images from this week's episode of When Calls the Heart. Check out these select images from the Believe episode of When Calls the Heart, including some Parade exclusive pics. New episodes of When Calls the Heart premiere on Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Hallmark Channel. Thanks for watching these videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more update news.